a little more on letters patent and their validity. So what we're going to start here with is Yale Law Journal. An act of Parliament cannot be altered, amended, dispensed with, suspended, or repealed, but in the same forms in which an act is passed, and by the same authority of Parliament, for it is a maxim in law that it requires the same strength to dissolve, to create an obligation. So, continuing now with Mershon, we must also read the above in the context of when it was written as per Mershon, English Crown Grants of 1918. To properly interpret the language used in the English Crown Grant land grants, which were issued during the colonial period and which conveyed lands in the American colonies, we must read them in the light of their times and translate them in accordance with the intent of the original grantor and grantee. We must interpret such crown grants with a proper regard for the then act legal meaning of the words used therein, and as at that time understood by the Crown and its English-speaking subjects. The language of people changes as time progresses, but property rights acquired do not in the slightest degree alter under a language-shifting meaning. Such changes are not limited to the style or choreography or to variance of spelling of the words, all of which are but trivial tokens of the deep and relentless pulsations of mind waves in the ceaseless tide of thought-bearing words. Words may grow, expand, and deepen under the vitalizing influence of human progress, or they may wither and shrivel from the non-use and become obsolete with its benumbing and deadening effect. So, Lenore versus Ritchie. I'm going to just go down to two little points on this. And Haggerty C.J. pointed out that the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council had decided that a lieutenant governor was the representative of the Queen for all purposes of provincial government. He held that the lieutenant governor had therefore, apart from provincial legislation, the right to appoint and to grant precedence subject to the regulation of Section 92 of the British North American Act of 1867, and also that the legislation was valid and that he decided that the four questions must be answered in the affirmative. What he was saying here is that in matters of precedence and honors, the lieutenant governor is the sovereign, represents his or her majesty. However, provincial legislation, he is not the Queen, and under Section 91, the Queen is not part of the provincial legislature.